What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
In today's video, viral airplane worship video goes viral. Wait, what? It has sparked, I'm going to call it a heated debate because it is a heated debate. I think whenever you take the Christian religion and it gets like a mainstream spotlight on it, the claws come out.
True.
The claws come out from
True that.
pedestrians, they come out from the media, and that's what's happening. But there is this debate even among Morgan and I, you guys watching, like many Bible believing Christians. It's like, what is going on here and how do we process this? Was it an airplane takeover of Christians shoving Jesus on the passengers? We can talk about it, baby. We're gonna have a debate in real time.
We are?
Yeah.
We're going to have a debate? How do you know?
Because, I mean, it may end up that you and I even see it differently. I'm not totally sure. We'll unpack this. I'm not totally sure where I'm going to land.
All right. Well, before we have that debate, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We make videos on culture, social issues, and the church from a Christian perspective to help you have hope.
And be free. And right off the bat, guys, in the live chat, come on, get this video. It's at 45 thumbs up. Get it up. 75 thumbs up. Let's go right now. Hop out of the live chat. Take 2 seconds and then hop back in if you're watching the playback. Help us out in the algorithms. Show some love. Hit that thumbs up button. Yeah. All right, Morgan, let's go. So without further ado, why don't we just show the video and then we'll give a little bit of context of what's going on and why this debate is heating up. Play video number 1.
Here we go.
You're the name. You're the name above. You are worthy of all praise.
Now there is a song that'll take you back.
That's true.
My heart will sing how great. Come on.
Yeah.
Is our God.
I just want to say, first thing.
Oh no.
Is if these guys were like incredible musicians, I don't think anyone would be talking about
No, there would still be people talking about it, but
oh no, there would
be. And who was it? Someone else said that in a video earlier on the topic. They were like, if this was,
I think Ruslan said that.
Ruslan's video, if this was Kanye West and the Sunday service, just like the harmonies and stuff just blowing us away, maybe wouldn't have gotten the backlash.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. And speaking of Ruslan,
no offense to those guys who sang on the plane.
Well,
I heard some harmonies in there that sounded pretty good.
Especially in like the latter half of it. There was some harmonies that jumped in there. It was nice. And you know, it is, I think that video was coming from a very sincere hearts. And we actually have some more details because what we saw was the video gets posted. It starts to get views, gain traction. And now I think the guy who posted it, who we have some insider messages from via Ruslan to get a little bit more perspective into what actually happened. He, I think, took it down and then someone else uploaded it to Twitter where it has like 36 million views. And that is where we're seeing this pile on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But as we kind of get talking about, is the pile-on deserved? Is that a good thing to do? Like literally you're up in an airplane, a guy busts out his guitar and suddenly, as some of the critics call it, the passengers were hostages to a worshiping Jesus shoved down their throat.
Well, I think we should share the details. So in Ruslan's video, he actually ended up messaging the guy who took the video on the plane and just kind of asked him, hey, what are the deets? And the guy ended up responding and saying...
Well, but as we get... Well, I mean, I screenshotted Ruslan's video where he shared those, so we'll get to those. But can we share, Morgan, like a couple of the critiques first? Can I give him an idea of what people are saying? Is that
Oh,
okay?
of what people are saying? Okay, sure.
Yeah. So, and then I genuinely want to get like from the mouth of Morgan, do you support what went on here?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to come to my own conclusion as well. But let's get to a few critiques, and then we'll give you a little more of the details from the guy who recorded it. So 50 Shades of Way was the account that I think re-uploaded it, where it's got 36 million views. He posted it and said, imagine you get on a plane and you have to listen to this. And then the comments start coming in. People are kind of quote tweeting it, I think you call it. Someone said, I'll take It's Not a Cult for 2,000, Alex. Someone else said, also Christians, stop trying to force your liberal lifestyle on me. So you kind of see some of the stuff people are saying. And then Ilhan Omar, our beloved congresswoman from Minnesota, isn't it?
No idea.
she jumped on the train and she posted this. Read it more, go.
I think my family and I should have a prayer session next time I am on a plane. How do you think it will end? She's Muslim.
She's a popular Muslim, very liberal, part of the squad, so to speak, with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as Rush Limbaugh pronounced it. She has been known to make pretty aggressive remarks in regards to the Jews. And Ben Shapiro and her have had some pretty strong back and forth, but also, squishy, don't you do it. She likes to weigh in on this stuff, so that's what she said. So, Morgan, I believe you have 2 pictures of just some responses to this video and to what's being shared.
I'm Christian, and this is incredibly annoying. People are working, sleeping, watching a movie, listening to their own music, or reading. These people said, nope, pay attention to me.
And then someone responded underneath that and kind of gave a different perspective and said, it's Easter. And this video was taken, and we're about to get to the details of this video, but it was taken, I believe, on Easter weekend, maybe the day before Easter.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. You got the people that are starting their responses saying, I'm Christian and I'm not trying to question someone's authenticity of the Christian faith, but scripture shows us, you will know them by their fruit. Jesus said, if you love me, you will obey my commands. And there's one that we're about to read by a pastor. He calls himself a Christian pastor. A reverend. Pull that up, Morgan.
As a Christian minister, I completely agree with Ilhan. Had I been on the plane, I would have been offended. The incident was inappropriate proselytizing before a captive audience. Had a group of Muslims did this, they might well have been put on a no-fly list.
Keep that one up because I want to read the one underneath it. But our friend, Reverend Dr. Chuck Curry, is it? You just go look on his page. He's unashamedly, I will call him a woke reverend, a progressive Christian reverend. He's got his pronouns in his bio, all of the, the classic. Now what we're seeing more and more of, you go to TikTok, the classic woke, progressive left Christian reverends, and I call that into question for a number of reasons that we don't need to get into right now. But then the comment underneath that, what did that one say?
I'm a Christian serving in worship ministry, and this video makes my skin crawl. You don't bring people to Christ, or Allah for that matter, by holding them hostage on a plane.
Holding them hostage.
So then my question, am I allowed to ask?
Now, please. Well, now let's open it up.
My question then is, how does that person feel about the Broadway Lion King?
You guys remember this?
Lion King cast members breaking out into the Lion King on a plane. Did they take over the plane, take the plane hostage, and shove Broadway down their throats?
So do all these people commenting, and I'm not saying that their comments are invalid. I mean, those people were trapped on a plane 40,000 feet above the ground. I'm not, but do these people have the same, and those of you in the live chat right now or watching the playback, comment below, but like your thoughts on it. thus far. Do the real haters of this taking place also feel the same about what Morgan just described? Play the video, Morgan. This was a while back. You guys may have seen it. Play it. I mean, that to me,
hostage. They took it hostage.
That at least that initial note, like that was to me that didn't sound that great audibly to the ear. I felt like it was almost a little out of tune.
It wasn't great, but
off key.
That's way besides the point. The point is, does that person, that Christian person that's in worship, believe that what they did is taking the plane hostage like the other? Because it's the exact same thing. Because I believe the full videos, like they start like standing up and they're like singing, whatever.
You're talking about the Lion King one?
Yeah, the Lion King one.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely going to be some double standard here, which is actually more revealing of lots of people, even the woke pastors, but we'll focus on just the major outrage is coming from, in my opinion, they don't like Christianity. I mean, is that too bold to say?
No.
These articles by, these left
They don't like blatant, bold Christianity.
I think that is just something that, if that's the case, it's important to at least factor in before we get into the debate of, was this a good move to worship on a public plane? We're seeing the outrage. I think a lot of it is not so much they're trapped on a plane. Oh my goodness, I'm not a big fan of Christianity. And Ilhan Omar saying, how would this look, or what would be the response? How do you guys feel if me as a Muslim started?
Which apparently there are airlines across the world that start out their flights with a Muslim prayer, with a different type of religion's prayer, and so like it's not unheard of. Like that does actually happen on airline flights. So to act like it doesn't is goofy. But I personally
go ahead
feel like I would not have liked that. I don't like things like that. Like, I don't know. If I'm on a plane, I just need calm, put headphones in, casual chat with the person beside me. But if people start breaking out in a song and you don't know when it's going to end, I might start to panic a little. So I personally don't love that.
So just right off the bat, you're kind of like, not loving this. Mm-hmm. And I would say, before learning more of the details, I could see the outrage, so to speak. People need to chill. Yeah. Okay, just overall, the people that are coming down hard on this, they need to chill.
Yeah, they do.
But I definitely see that side. And Matt Walsh made a video on it, and he's a Christian, and he might be Catholic, I'm not sure, but he said he would just, like, that's one of his worst fears, is just having to sit there and forced to listen to, he called contemporary Christian music.
He said he would maybe consider jumping out the exit.
He did. Then he said also, like the Lion King video, he wouldn't like that either. I think you could take it a step further and just talk about, like, is there a double standard? And would Christians who are saying, like, yes, share the gospel at any and every opportunity, we as Christians should look at proclaiming the gospel. This was awesome. Mm-hmm. Where was I going with that?
No idea.
Well, let's go ahead and look at the context around this before people start. I think what's easy to do, and where we saw the people piling on Twitter, it's easy to just watch the video and then make lots of assumptions. These people just grabbed a guitar and started shoving Christianity down the throat of the audience. And you saw in the video of the guy sitting there next to the guitarist that was leading it. The bald-headed guy. And he looked so like he was unhappy. And there was lots of like little memes, if you will, of of showing that guy's face. Like, see, Not everyone was enjoying this, and this was shoving religion down unwilling audience's throat and whatever. Let's just look at the details around this before making too many assumptions. So Ruslan, shout out to him in his video. He reached out to the guy doing the camera, and this is, I don't think we have screenshots there, but I'm just going to kind of read over it quickly. I may skim through it, but this is the guy's response. He says, his name is Jack Gents Jr. He says, this flight was a public flight, which is interesting because I thought maybe initially it was
a charter.
A charter. Nope, it's a public flight. It was a public flight, and of course we asked for permission. We honored authority, which is very important. This was on our way back, this is interesting, from serving at the Ukrainian border. We have been there since the second day of the war, giving humanitarian aid, food, and praying with these beautiful people of Ukraine. Blah, blah, blah. We were with our team on this flight. We were filled with thanksgiving of what God did. During our time there, he goes on to say, we went up to the air host and shared with her what we were doing in Ukraine and asked if it's okay if we sing one song. So this isn't them just taking over the entire flight. One song to bring hope and joy to this flight. She was happy and said this would be great. She then asked the pilot. The pilot was totally on board. Everyone was in 100% agreement. This is according to this guy. We got up and sang How Great Is Our God. It was 3 to 4 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Wasn't expecting for it to blow up like this. It was of a good heart. We love God and we love people. I hope this sheds some light. I mean, that's pretty cool. And so you see all these people piling on, all these people making assumptions that this guy with the guitar didn't ask for the pilot's permission, didn't ask anyone's permission, and he's up there just taking over the flight. When you actually do a little research,
turns out he had full permission from everyone. After hearing that, like, it makes me think, okay, you know, that's cool. I appreciate that they asked for, permission, yada, yada, yada. I personally still would not have liked it. I also feel like it's a different scenario if they're in the airport and like where you're sitting to get on your flight, because people can get up and leave if they don't want to listen to the song or whatever. But literally being trapped in an airplane having to listen to this is just like, to me, it just seems like you're literally forcing this on these people that don't want it. Which, I don't know. His message made it sound like everyone on the plane, or almost everyone on the plane, was totally fine with it. So then it's like,
guys, think back. Just picture this with me for a second. You're in college. These people at college age to me, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. You're in college. You guys say, just in your youthful zeal and love for the Lord, let's head over to Ukraine, which is just in an awful place right now, and let's just go pour out. Let's just go pour out our love and help, which they did. They go over there since the second day. Like, that is super commendable.
Yeah.
They're there. There's even another video of them like playing and worshiping to people at the border. So the time elapses and they're on their way back and they're just like, guys, let's just worship. Let's see if we can worship on this plane.
It's right before Easter.
Right. Yeah. Easter weekend. They're not overthinking it. Mm-hmm. And they play. They do this thing. They post it. Praising Jesus 40,000 feet in the air. They post it, and suddenly, like, literally millions and millions and millions of views. They're getting attacked.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they deserve to get attacked. And I think, all in all, if the pilot said it's okay, then it's fine. Like, when you're on that plane, you're under the orders of the pilot. So if the pilot wants to blast some rock music for 4 minutes, then you're under that. If he wants to let people in the whatever seats sing a worship song for 4 minutes, then you're under that. And you just have to deal with that. I mean, I remember one flight I was on, the pilot was like, as I take off, I like to play my taking off song. And like, it was some weird, just like rock song.
It's cool when pilots show some personality because you don't really expect too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. They're just kind of like, "Welcome to the flight. All right, bye." And so, whatever. Yeah, people need to chill out for sure. Would I love it? No, but I could be okay for 3 to 4
You'd be
minutes.
singing along. You'd be singing along.
Maybe.
I'd be trying to
I don't know.
harmonize.
Yeah, you would definitely be singing along.
So, strong feelings have I? Not strong feelings. In the words of Yoda. Kind of. I don't have strong feelings either way. I do think this could be a little hypocritical because if it was Ilhan Omar doing, loud chanting here in America of her Muslim religion, Muslim prayers, yeah, I wouldn't love that. I'm just being honest. I probably wouldn't, especially if it's as loud and vocal as that. Now, you do have to take into consideration, like Morgan said, if it was in maybe an African country that is largely Muslim, that stuff actually is taking place on these major airlines. But here in America, I wouldn't love that. But America founded on, which I know there's some, you talk about this, but Christianity, it still is predominantly, even though there's still some kind of shakiness there, but it is predominantly a Christian country. This happened. It is what it is. Chillax, people. And that.
Chillax. And just one last point. I've just seen a few people mention in the live chat that like on a regular basis we're forced to listen to music streaming in the grocery or the mall or
we could leave
wherever.
Those places though.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thought as well. We could leave. We don't have to listen to them. Granted, we do have to buy groceries, but now you can buy them online and get them delivered straight to your house.
Morgan, I like what you said, though. Final word. Was this a Christian takeover of the plane? It was not. After looking at the facts of the messages from Ruslan and the guy who filmed it, if anyone is really to blame, if you guys have to blame somebody, the outrage mob, the pilot who was in charge of the plane and gave this thumbs up. There's who you guys
go blame him. So
there's who you guys can blame, but I'm actually saying that's pretty cool, pilot, that you took a little bit of a risk, showed some personality, and for that, I give you the 2 stars, the 2 Michelin stars. All right, guys, comment below with your thoughts on this viral video, leading worship 40,000 feet in this airplane. What do you think? Did you have a different perspective, or do you see it very similarly to Morgan and I? Love you guys. Be blessed. We'll catch you very soon. Have hope.
And be free. If you're in the live chat, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, as you may have noticed, we get very few brand deals, which is why our patrons, the names you see here, are so important.
You guys really are the lifeblood of this ministry. We could not do this without you all. If you believe in this content and you want to partner with us on Patreon, click the link below or just go to patreon.com/Paulandmorganshow.